Investors are still keeping their faith in Hong Kong markets despite the ongoing anti-government protests that have rocked the Asian financial centre for nearly half a year now. Industry observers say this is because the strong foundation that the city was built over decades. CNA's Feihe has more.
Concerns about whether Hong Kong can maintain its reputation as a global financial centre came into the spotlight following months of social unrests in the city. But analysts say petrol bombs, tear gas and violent protests haven't dampened investors' confidence. Venture capitalist Chibo Tang believes the city will continue to be a top choice for investors.
From an investor's perspective, right? I mean, I think there's really not too much of a change that's happened, right? Because the investments in the sectors that we look at and have looked at for the last 3+ years are really built around the strong foundations that Hong Kong has been able to build over decades, right? And those are foundations that are rooted in the logistics industry, right? Those are foundations rooted in the financial industry.
The stock market is off its lows and companies are forging ahead with listing plans. Following Budwiser APAC and China baby formula maker Feihe, who made their stock debut in the recent months, Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba made its mark on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange on Tuesday. Analyst Rob Cope from The Economist says this reflects Hong Kong's robust financial systems.
The greatest examples we have recently of how Hong Kong remains a magnet for finance in Asia. It is the only place you can go to outside of New York effectively. So there is so much nation, and moreover, we see something like this $11 billion secondary offering from Alibaba, which just shows a reaffirmation of how in the depths of some of the worst protests we've ever seen here, this place remains a very important center for finance and capital.
Months of political unrests have hit Hong Kong hard. The city's economy shrunk 3.2% in the third quarter of 2019 from the same period last year, the worst in a decade. But analysts remain optimistic and predict that while a contraction will happen, the city's economy could enter positive territories next year. Feihe, CNA, Hong Kong.